My people, what's up? Yes, it's your girl, Adiola. Where is it done? Just tell me, where is it done in a democratic country when we have a president? How can soldiers confiscate newspapers? Jay, Nigerians, they laid ambush for vendors of newspaper and distribution vans, the impounded vans and newspaper copies. They also beat up vendors as well as drivers of newspaper houses. What a shame in a democratic country. Nigeria, I'm really disappointed. They confiscated the Nation newspaper, Daily Trust, Leadership, Punch, and Vanguard. All these papers that are seen as critical of the government. Are we back in Abacha's time? Tell me, if one of these newspapers have been watching my show, all of them by now, they will know how to do their karate. When those soldiers were coming, they would have been like, in their karate style. Although, don't practice this on a soldier. Especially a Nigerian soldier. Please, don't try it. Guess what the military's explanation was? They said that this is just a normal security routine check. And they did it for days. Hey, this is a routine check, only in Nigeria. But some people are telling me. Move close. Me, I don't know anything. But they are saying that it is because of that story. The one the week before, when Boko Haram raided about 4 villages in Borno, and then the Nigerian soldiers couldn't stop them. They said that was why they are trying to confiscate the paper. Yes, that the soldiers had to run for their lives that day. Boko Haram overpowered the soldiers, so the soldiers left the villages. They had to run for their lives. Last week Tuesday, yes, so Boko Haram killed between 400 to 500 people in one day. Most of them were men, including young boys and even baby boys. They would snatch them from their mothers that were breastfeeding them and kill them right in front of their mother. They came dressed as soldiers, and then they told the villagers to assemble in the village square, that they've come to rescue them from Boko Haram. So those ones gathered in the village square only for them to start firing. 500 souls in one day, my people. And this is not a country that is at war. You see, so the papers reported the story, including the part where the soldiers fled. That was why the soldiers got angry. I'm telling you. But what I don't understand is how they could confiscate papers for days and the president has not said anything. You see, I am really disappointed. More than 200 girls are still in the Sambisa forest. Till now, they are now going after press freedom. You see? Wait a minute. Is this how we'll continue to talk about these missing girls week after week and then nothing would happen? It's been 60-something days now, my people. More than 2 months that these girls were kidnapped and nothing has been done. I thought that they were strategizing, but now that it's been more than 2 months, I know this is not about strategizing. By the way, it has happened though. It has happened. No be me talk about. The former CBN governor, Mr. Lamido Sanusi, remember him now? The one that was suspended by Mr. President for bringing up the missing $49 billion. Yes, so that man is now the emir of Kano. Che! I'm telling you, it has happened. You see why I say that it's good to be good, especially if you are seeking re-election. You don't want to make unnecessary enemies for yourself. What to be my own? You guys know me, I don't know anything. All I know is that already the governor of Kano State does not really like Mr. Jonathan. In fact, he doesn't hide it. He's a member of the opposition party, that is the APC. And because Mr. Jonathan suspended Sanusi when he was at CBN, he made himself another enemy. Definitely, I know that Sanusi or the governor won't be the ones that will decide for the people who they should vote for, but I'm sure that they can certainly influence some voters. I've been reading a lot, and I found out that Kano happens to have the highest number of registered voters in northern Nigeria, about 5.1 million registered voters. Lagos is number 1 in Nigeria with 6.2 million registered voters. And right now, APC is the one that has been reigning in Lagos State. So, if Mr. President will not win in Lagos, he really needs to win in Kano. I hope that we are communicating, not that I know anything, but we're just trying to rub minds together. So, the Emir of Kano is also the second most influential Muslim leader in all of Nigeria. That is after the Sultan of Sokoto. I'm not saying that Jonathan cannot win the coming election. Waiting be my own. In fact, many people have been telling me that Jonathan will do whatever he can to rig the coming election. To win the coming election. God forbid rigging, because he already promised us that there will be no rigging. I'm just trying to let you see why Mr. President has not been particularly happy since Sanusi was turned as the emir. In fact, till now, Mr. President is yet to send a congratulatory message to the emir. I said, Abba, that is not mature now. Even if you're not happy with the guy being appointed, act mature and do the needful. He was scheduled to go to Kano, but he cancelled his trip the moment Sanusi was announced as the emir. And then policemen have surrounded the emir's palace for days. I am very sure that Mr. President, as a gentleman, would not tamper with an age-long tradition that has been in practice even before we started electing presidents in Nigeria. Meanwhile, I was very disappointed, my oga. I was really disappointed that while all of this was going on, policemen disrupted an APC rally in Ekiti State. They even killed one young man. Why? They were throwing tear gas. In fact, they attacked Governor Fayemi's convoy. Can you imagine that in a democratic country? You know that Ekiti's governorship election is coming up in a few weeks, yes. And we know that President Jonathan needs PDP to win in Ekiti if he would win the coming presidential election without rigging. In fact, last Sunday, Mr. President made an open promise. He promised that he would develop Ekiti State if only the people of Ekiti would vote for a PDP candidate as their governor. That is why you're saying that is probably not a smart thing for the president to say. I'll be calling them that he will only develop a state if they vote for some. No. It's not a smart thing to say, but what do I know? So I'm really disappointed that PDP is now using the police to disrupt the rally in Ekiti. That is not nice now. And as if that is not enough, with orders from above, Governor Amechi's chartered jet to Kano to go and celebrate with Sanusi. Do you know that it was grounded? In fact, they locked up Amechi at the airport in Kano. They locked him up with orders from above, of course. And speaking of jets, I heard that someone smuggled explosives on a Delta plane that was coming from Nigeria to Atlanta. They had to stop that plane in Dakar, Senegal, in order to take care of that man. I said, hey, if not that they caught that guy, do you know how many people would have died by now? I hope that they really tighten up security at Lagos and Abuja. Because if this guy can get on board with explosives, Boko Haram can get on board with explosives. Please, don't scare me anymore. Tighten up security. Yes, I'm coming home for Easter. No, Easter has passed. Easter has passed. Yeah, Christmas. Yes, I'm coming home for Christmas. Tighten up security. But back to what I was saying. As you guys know, I don't know much about this whole dynasty story. All I know is that Sanusi is from a royal family. His grandfather was the emir before the one that died. And now they made him the emir. End of story. Let it go. If only Mr. President had treated him right when he talked about the missing $49 billion, maybe now Mr. President could now hope to have some northern votes. 2015 presidential elections will be very interesting. Don't you think so? But you know, everything that I've said so far, you guys know that I don't know anything. I beg, they all came from my little girl's mind. What do I know? Guess what? I'm just keeping it real.